Hey y'all, it is me, Stephanie Nelson Davis, aka Moogie. Um, Today I want to talk to you about something that affects a lot of us, depression. And I'm no different. I get just exhausted, and I've been sleeping for a couple of days. You never know when it's going to come on. You never know when you're just going to feel like you can't get out of bed. And it's for those of you who have experienced it, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't, you're a lucky bunch of sons of bitches, I'm telling you. So, mine has a lot to do with, well, my mom. And don't laugh. I'm a girl, so it's not edible. I never knew my dad. He died before I was born. And then when my dad died, it was found out that both he and one of his brothers, my Uncle Bill, banged the town skank, and each of them had a child by her. But back then, you just had blood type. You didn't have DNA. And so she said both of them were my dad's. And she got Social Security for each of those girls. Now, it's not the girl's fault. Those are my half-sisters. And I do love them. I'm only in contact with one. The other one, she's still titchy, and I don't blame her. But my mother's reaction was to want to get the fuck out of Dodge, out of Grand Rapids, out of northern Minnesota, where everybody knew, where she was horribly embarrassed. Which, she shouldn't have been. Yeah, Dad banged the town slut, but he was married to her. He always came home to her. And I'm saying this as a woman. I mean, in 71, different thing, and my ex-husband got somebody pregnant, and I found out when her husband came and told me at my work. That was lovely. I blame him. I mean, my ex, little fucking douche. But, you can't blame the children. It's not their fault. But, what it did make her do, though, was marry somebody she barely knew, who already had 6 kids, who were already, especially the older ones, well on their way to being junkies, which they're all junkies and drunks. Well, all 3 that are still alive. The only one that got sober was my brother DJ, and he died of cancer in 2009. And he was my favorite, but the man she married was an abusive fuck. And, I think I'd said before, I found out because he didn't want me and my sister. He just wanted each of us got $800 a month for Social Security. He didn't want us kids, but he wanted that money. And when we were 6 months, my mom, when I was 6 months old, my mom had left me with my Aunt Nancy. And they had us for I think they had us for 4 or 5 months. And finally, I mean, they didn't ask for all of our Social Security, but they wanted some of it. They wanted to put it away towards college. And instead, my mom took us back to a house of horrors. Her husband, I mean, horribly abusive. Horribly abusive. We were kicked out in the morning. Weren't allowed to come back until he left for work at 7 o'clock at night. We worked graveyard shift. And it didn't matter what the weather was like. And remember, no, we lived at, my mom, when she married that asshole, we moved to the cities. So during the school year, I was in the cities. In the summertime, I was up in Grand Rapids. And it didn't help that all of my siblings before me were all troublemakers and asshats. And while in grade school, my teachers, chill cat, dog, sorry, I'm baby dog sitting. In grade school, my teachers knew how smart I was, and I hid in the library all the time because I got picked on horribly. And, I was protected by a random group of people when I wasn't in school. I knew this older lady who lost her husband and her daughter. Her daughter was rather young when she passed away. She did have a son, but I spent tons of time at her house. Her name is Ruth Nicholson, and there was the Vietnamese family that would let me be in their house, feed me. There was the one black family in West St. Paul, and they would take me in and feed me and keep me warm. And when I got older, I had friends, and their parents understood. And my mom sent me back to live with my auntie, Nancy. And I was great there. Till Aunt Nancy wanted my money for college. Because I'm actually pretty smart. And so my mother lied to me. Oh, it's all going to be different. No, we both want you. He wants you home. He misses you. Yada, 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 yada. First thing that was said to me, I'll never forget. I walked in the house. I said, keep her the fuck out of my sight and get that haircut. On the way to the haircut place, I jumped out of the car. My mom ran me down and slapped me in the face. Poor girl who cut my hair off. I was bawling, she was bawling. I actually saw her like 2 days later at a party, and she came up to me just bawling. She was so sorry, and it's like, listen, it's not your fault. It is so not your fault. And that was when I started, well, I'd been running away before that. That's why they sent me to live with my aunt. But since she tricked me with that shit, that was the last straw. And I kept running until I became a ward of the state and ended up in foster care. And I ended up with some great people that helped sort a lot of things out. But it doesn't mean, you don't get cured. I've been chasing after my mother's love my whole life. She who says I'm the most like her and her favorite, but I can't call her, and I'm not allowed on her property because her husband hates my guts. Because I was defiant and fought him with everything I had. And I was a cutter. Those of you out there who've experienced this, you know what a cutter is. And I would cut myself because physical pain was better than the emotional pain. And I did end, I did end up in the nut hut. I was 21, 22, something like that. My mom told me she could care less if I was alive or dead, and so I tried to kill myself. I took about 20 Valiums and sliced myself up good. Unbeknownst to me, A, the Valium weren't going to kill me, and B, I did the cutting after the Valium, so, I mean, I made a bloody mess, but wasn't anywhere near, enough to kill me. Thank God. Thank Grandma, thank the goddess, or whoever, but I've struggled with it my whole entire life. And there's no cure. There's just work. You've got to keep working on it. And I'm the first one to admit that there are days when I just can't. There are days when I can't get up, can't look in the mirror, I just can't. Now, that's not every day. Not even close. Most of the days I'm alright. I got a great support system. I have a wonderful husband. My best friends here from childhood. And my children. And I would never try to take my own life, because I wouldn't do that to my kids. I would never do that to my children. I love them way too much to ever make them have to live with that. So they are a huge source of strength for me, because Rosie's only 13, but even my twins, they're 28. I love them, and I need for them to be okay, and I still feel the need to protect them, and I can't do that if I'm not here. But I guess what I really wanted to say is that if you, like me, suffer from this, I understand. Goddess, I so understand. And I feel for you, man. And if you ever need to talk, you just let me know. Okay? Because you're not the only one. You're not. And I know, God, do I know sometimes it just feels hopeless. But the very worst thing you can do, man, there's a new day tomorrow. Even if it's, the next minute, next hour, whatever increment of time that you can, each minute is a victory. Each hour, each day is a victory. Okay? And there's less stigma around it now than there was before, but there still is. And, also having been a SA and R word YouTube survivor, that doesn't help either. But you know what? I'm stronger than them. And they might get a day here or there, but they don't get my life. They don't live. Yeah, I get down, I get sad, I get depressed, but it's not every day. And I fight my way back up from that depth. And you can too. No, it's not easy. It's fucking hard as hell. And everybody, just, just don't think about it, or any of the stupid, inane crap that somebody who's never struggled with this kind of thing tells you. You know, it's annoying. You want to slap them. I've been there. Actually, I've done it. But if you ever need to talk, what you tell me is confident, and I would never. And so, if you ever need somebody to talk to, man, I'm here. Reach out to me. My email address is stephanienelsondavis88 @gmail. Just, man, anything, nothing shocks me at this point. I'm in my 50s. Nothing, the family I grew up with and the shit that I've seen, not a whole lot shocks me. So, but just know that you're not alone. You're not. And there are resources. And if you ever want to talk to little old me, I'm here for you. I never judge. Ever. And I'll help you the best I can. Truly, truly care for your well-being. Please believe that. And I know a lot of the people say it, but I truly do. And man, should you need me, I'm here. I love you guys. Okay? I'll be back tomorrow. A little bit more cheerful disposition. Watching some horror flicks always cheers me up. I'm such a weirdo. So, but, yeah. You're not alone. Okay? If you don't want to reach out to me, reach out to somebody. Don't try to fix it yourself. Don't keep it all in. It poisons you from the inside. Okay? I love you guys. Peace out.